Ow! This tooth!
What's the matter?
I think I might have a cavity.
Whatever you do, don't go to the dentist I worked for.
You worked for a dentist?
Briefly,
When?
I started and stopped working for him this morning.
You only worked there for one day?
More or less for about an hour.
I'm guessing less.
That's probably accurate.
What did you do there?
I was a dental assistant.
I thought you had to go to school for that.
You do.
Then how did you get to become one?
I told the dentist that I wanted to intern and learn from the best.
And that worked?
Dentists are suckers for a compliment.
What happened?
I was about to start scraping plaque on my first patient when I noticed just how yellow her teeth were.
How yellow were they?
Like staring at a half-eaten ear of corn.
Yikes.
I know. So I asked her if she smoked, and she said no. I then asked her if she drank coffee or tea. She said no. Then I asked if she ate dark foods, like chocolate, and again she said no.
Process of elimination can take some time and patience.
And I have neither. So I asked if she was one of these people that hated brushing their teeth as a kid so much that they don't bother brushing them as an adult.
You can't say that.
I can, and I did.
What did she say?
She said no. She said she has celiac disease, and that causes her teeth to be so yellow.
Oh, that's too bad.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
I think she was lying.
What else could it be?
For all we know, she could be a meth head.
That's crazy.
So I kept pressing her, and she all of a sudden snapped and yelled at me.
Who could blame her?
Addicts always have someone else to blame.
She's not an addict.
Why are you defending her?
I'm not. I'm just being rational.
More like an enabler.
Will you get back to the story?
Well, there's not much more to tell than she stormed out and my boss yelled at me.
You deserve to be fired for that.
I didn't get fired for that.
You didn't?
Nope. The dentist was short-handed and needed help with another patient.
What patient?
The one having their wisdom teeth removed.
That doesn't sound like any fun.
It wasn't.
I meant for the patient.
Whatever. So I'm standing in front of the patient when the dentist starts sawing a tooth.
Why are you standing in front of the patient?
I don't know. To catch teeth shrapnel or something? He just told me to stand there.
Okay.
He was sawing away, but I couldn't see a thing. So I swung the patient's chair to get a better look.
While he was sawing?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
So I could see what was going on?
How's you getting a better look in any way helpful?
Funny you should say that because he said the same thing.
And?
And I reminded him he was in the middle of surgery. So he went back to sawing and stuck the patient a little too deep and blood started squirting out of the patient's mouth.
No.
Yes, sirree, Bob.
What did you do?
I screamed, "You're gonna kill him!"
What did the dentist do?
He told me to calm down and asked me to hand him something called gauze.
Something called?
I didn't know what it was. He pointed to it and I gave it to him.
Then what happened?
He was able to stop the bleeding.
Oh, thank goodness.
Not really.
Why not?
Because he started yelling at me again?
And that's when you got fired?
No. As he was yelling, another dental assistant came in and said she was having a hard time getting the fluoride trays into the mouth of her kid patient.
I hate those things.
Everybody does. So I said I could help with that. I'm great with kids.
But you hate kids.
Yeah, but if I can talk the kid into putting the trays into his mouth...
You might be able to try to save your job.
No! I might be able to impress my coworker for a date.
Oh, brother.
So she takes me over to that little brat. I tell him there's nothing to be afraid of.
And what did he say?
Nothing. He was covering his mouth with his hands. So I leaned in and whispered to him that I'd give him $10 if he did it.
You tried to bribe him?
I prefer the term motivational encouragement.
Did it work?
No. So I decided to lead by example and told him if I could do it, he could do it.
You mean,
That's right. I took one of the trays and put it in my mouth.
did that work?
Not exactly. I proceeded to gag and eventually threw up. I then told the kids they were trying to poison us.
Well, then what happened?
The kid ran out of the room and the hot dental assistant chased after him just as the dentist entered the room.
He saw the whole thing.
Yep, and that's when he started yelling at me once again and said I'm the worst employee he's ever had.
What did you do?
I grabbed Mr. Thirsty, put on my sunglasses, and I said, just like Mr. Thirsty here, you can suck it.
You are a terrible employee.
Shut up.
He gave you opportunity after opportunity, but you just kept messing it up for everybody.
So?
So, ow!
Want me to have a look at that?
No!